Good morning, guys. It is Monday and I'm well into cultivating the first swede field at the swede farm. I decided to go with the first or the top field, and I'm still not finished with the first pass. I think I need to go 2 times. But the main goal today is to finish up the cultivating. On this farm there is approximately 8.5 hectares here. So in total we'll have 10 hectares of Swedes like last year. And it's basically the same work with the Swede field as is with a carrot field. Plowing, which we're already done. If you saw my last plowing video where I plowed this big field, we decided to plow up all the rest of this farm. We still have 2 hectares to go back to the main farm, which I will do when I'm finished preparing the Swede fields. And then it's cultivate, of course, and then we'll apply fertilizer. I think there are 2 layers of solid and 1 with liquid fertilizer. So this farm was trenched and drained. It was finished 3 years ago. We took it to use 2 years ago. So this will be the 2nd season we have vegetables on this farm. And as you know, the big field will have carrots and the rest will have swedes. But last week we spent some time actually fixing up some trench lines that wasn't working. I will show you this. You can see my digger over there. I can show you this a little bit later. And I also found a wet spot over there. So I had to dig 2 short ones. And we'll have to work around it this summer. But sometimes they just appear, these wet spots. So it's nothing to do other than dig a trench and leave it open so we can dry out. There has been raining a little bit. There is raining a little bit right now, but we are still pretty dry. It's no problem to work on the fields. It's no problem to drive on the fields. And we're expecting a little bit the same. We never know with this kind of wind we have if the rain comes or not. But we haven't had any problems so far. But we decided to take a break this weekend because we finished the carrots and the Swedes are still a little bit early, so we are well on schedule. But now is a Monday, and as a farmer you can't sit on your house and wait for Tuesday, so you go out and do the best you can. So the plan this week is, as I said, cultivate, prepare this farm and apply fertilizer, make the fields ready for my dad to start seeding. We have a neighbor that owns the seeder with us, so he will start with his carrots. So we're not sure what he's up to and when he's planning to seed, but my plan anyway is to prepare the Swede fields, and there's no problem if the fertilizer stays on the field a few days before we start to seed. So I guess maximum 10 days we are finished with the spring work. So everything will be in the ground by 10 days, I guess. Okay, I will finish up this field and I will take you with me to the next one. Okay, so the first field is done. Now I got 3 more to do. 1 behind that big tree, and 1 here. I will leave this to the end of the day because the plan is to lay some pipes in these 2 open trenches. We'll have to dig through the road to get the depth we need. But this field is straightforward, and then there is one triangular field behind the excavator over there. And the small field, that is 0.4 hectares, is already done. I did it before last weekend, so I think I will jump over to this one because that's pretty straightforward, and then I will take the triangular one because that's not pretty straightforward, and then we'll take this one at last. Maybe I'll do it tonight. So as you might know, we have the GPS RTK on both our Fendt tractors, and yeah, if you know a little bit Norwegian, you can see that the fields appearing on my screen here, we have already registered the edges of the fields. So now when I'm close to a field, the tractor recognize where I am. So this field is called Molstad 18 Midt, and that Midt means middle, and the 18 is the number of the field, and Molstad is the farm's name. So I will choose this one, and I will choose the GPS line. This one is for 2022, so I will choose that one, and now the tractor can steer itself. So for those of you who wonder what's up here, I'm on the other field now. This is what we call the weather station field. It's number 17. There is a 4-inch pipe that serves as a connection pipe for drain tile, and it connects all the trench lines that goes up here until a certain point. That 4-inch pipe wasn't working as it should, so all the water from the trench lines piled up here. As you can see, it's a lot of water here, and it was a wet spot. So that's something we didn't do right, and we had to dig it all up, and we had to get it a little bit deeper because we were plowing up one of these trench lines over there somewhere. So me and my brother, we worked on this before the weekend. The problem is bedrocks. I'll try to go over here without squeezing my feet down in the mud. Here you can see it's not that deep. This one was the first problem. We had to climb over it, and as you can see, it's only 60-70 centimeters into the surface. That means that we will have a bigger problem over there. It was only 50 centimeters deep, and over the years we will plow now up, and this time it was on the 2nd year only, so we had to dig up pretty wide here to work our way around it. Then we came over to this, but luckily I found a way around it. So now we are 20-30 centimeters deeper. Still we don't have the falling which we needed, so it's still a little bit shallow, but we made it, let's say 20 centimeters deeper all the way. So now we have put some small stones here to level off the surface. This will have to sit open, so we'll have to work around it like we did on the first field. I will close up a little bit on the trench lines that's over there, and there are a couple over there, so we can use as much of the field as we can. But sometimes this happens, and then we need to dig it open. It needs to dry out, and it needs to sit in at least until summer, and in the best case over to next year. And the third field is done. This time it's the triangular field. I only did one pass and a little bit extra around the edge. It don't have to be smooth as baby butt, but if it were grass, I would probably work on it a little bit more to polarize the lumps a little bit more. But on the go, I noticed that the wings were hanging pretty much. And as you can see, this tensioner is broken. The bolt for the tensioner is broken, so I will have to fix this a little bit later tonight. Maybe that means I won't finish that field, but that's all right. It's not rush, no rush. But as you can see, the wings are hanging, and that means most of the field work is happening on the ends of the wings. But still, it's a pretty decent result. All right, so I will call my brother and we will start to dig those 2 trench lines and lay some pipe. Now I just have to wait for the guys to lay the pipe and make sure it's straight. So in the meantime I will switch over to my flat bucket again and do some work over there before I start to cover these 2 trench lines. I'm done with the road. Now all I gotta do is to take the dry soil, put on top of this pipe, and probably take that wet soil on top there. It's not that much, but on the first one we got pretty deep, so I dug out a lot of wet, fresh soil. That probably has to stay and dry this summer at least before we can close that trench completely, but that's how it is. It wasn't exactly after my plan, but when we got it so deep, it's better to leave it to dry properly so we don't get any problems on that corner. It's a wet corner anyway, so probably just leave it like it is. So I guess that's the day. We'll call it completed now. So I don't have any more things to show you today. I will cultivate this field behind me tomorrow, and then I'll probably start to apply some fertilizer, either solid or liquid. So the next couple of days, depending on the weather, we'll probably start to see the first swede. So that will be a milestone, and it will be good to have all this done. I guess within a week or something we are completely done. All right, guys. Yeah, boys are putting up yellow fence, as you can see behind me. You saw they were putting sticks across along the road, and fields, so it's ready for a yellow fence that's protecting the swedes from bugs. So we are on schedule. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Remember to check out all of my other videos. Remember to like, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and remember to check out my